Top TV, Truth of the People.
Hello there, you're just in time for Fact Check Live here on Top TV on this very last day of June 2021. My name is Abel Omaseiti, and today we dive deep into electoral commissions and electoral reforms. And to talk of that, we go back to the year 2008, where ECK, that is our Electoral Commission of Kenya, chaired by one Samuel Kivitu, was the body in charge of conducting general elections here in Kenya. And so the aftermath of that election, that particular year, we saw that it was mad, or rather alleged that it was mad with election malpractices and also irregularities that of course led to breakout of the PEV, that is our post-election violence. And so the 10th Parliament disbanded the Samuel Kivitu-led commission, and it was immediately replaced by IIEC, that is Interim Independent Electoral Commission, which of course was chaired by one Isaac Ahmed Hassan. Now, IEC in place, or rather as the body in charge of conducting elections right here in Kenya, it had more than 7 constitutions, rather commissioners, I beg your pardon, and this is because that was a time when the 2010 commission, rather constitution, had not come into place, and so the body was allowed to have more than 7 commissioners. In the year 2011, IEBC, that is Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, chaired by one Wafula Chebukati, came to effect, and it did replace IIEC. IEBC had 7 commissioners, that is according to the constitution, of course, 2010 constitution that was promulgated in the year 2010, that the body should have at least 7 commissioners, including the chair, Wafula Chebukati, and the other 6 commissioners included Abdi Gulie, Boya Molu, also Paul Kurgat, Conin Katha, Margaret, and Roslyn Akombe. As we speak right now, IEBC has only 3 commissioners, that is Boya Molu, the chair, Wafula Chebukati, and Abdi Gulie. The other 4 did resign, the likes of Paul Kurgat, Conin Katha, Margaret, and Roslyn Akombe. And especially talking about Roslyn Akombe, we saw that she did resign at least a week to the 2017 general election. But either way, the election was still conducted. Remember, there was the first cycle, which was of course termed illegal, null and void by the Supreme Court, led by former CJ Emeritus David Maraga, and also there was the election, second cycle of that particular election in the same year. And so as we speak right now, 36 individuals have been shortlisted to replace, or rather as the hopeful candidates to replace the 4 commissioners that did resign from the IEBC commission. So from there, according to the IEBC Amendment number 3 Bill of 2019, the selection panel shall consist of 2 men and also 2 women who will be nominated by PSC, that is Public Service Commission, and also 1 person nominated by LSK, that is the Law Society of Kenya, and also 2 persons nominated by the Interreligious Council of Kenya. So those names will be forwarded to the president, or from whom he will pick, or rather nominate the names of those candidates. The names will be taken to Parliament and will be voted by the JLAC committee. Remember JLAC, that is the Justice, Legal and Affairs Committee. And from there, after the voting, the JLAC committee will return the names back to the head of state, that is the president, for appointment. Remember, the oral interviews set for those 36 applicants who did apply for those particular positions, that is the 4 vacancies. The oral interview is set to be conducted on the 7th of July all the way up to the 22nd of July. Remember, the 3 commissioners who are still in the IEBC commission, or rather body, they are all male, and also it is largely expected that the gender balance will play out, and also the ethnic and regional balance is set to play out. Now, according to IEBC, when they were reviewing the 2017 general election, it clearly stated that there was a problem with the electoral KIMS kit. Remember, the KIMS kit in the 2017 elections failed to function in some parts of the country. And remember, some citizens, some Kenyans and other political parties did criticize the Wafula Chebukati-led commission of maybe promoting voter malpractices, because the KIMS kit did fail on that particular Yeah, and also on matters to do with the BBA bill, which is currently being heard as we speak right now. In the appellate court, remember BBA is one of the parties that filed an appeal in the appellate court to contest on matters to do with the BBA bill, which the 5-judge bench in the Milimani High Court termed it as null, as rather invalid and void because it did not follow the procedure required constitutionally. And so, as we talk now, right now, the president of the Court of Appeal, Daniel Musinga, plus a number of judges who consist of a bench, they are listening to that particular case, which did start yesterday on the 29th, today 30th, and also tomorrow 1st July and the 2nd of July. And from those dates, we'll be expecting to hear the outcome of that petition. And either way, according to political analysts, it is expected that either way of the outcome, one of the parties, be it those proposing or those opposing the bill, might go to the Supreme Court, bringing us the question on the time frame. Will the IBC meet the time frame to conduct a referendum and also to conduct to prepare to conduct the general election on the Tuesday, 9th of August 2022? Is a situation that is a wait and see, and we'll be keeping tabs on that particular story, and we'll be updating you as is live here on Fact Check on this TV, definitely Top TV. Lest you forget that this life is always fair and unfair sometimes, where you get to lose, and lose. But once you win, you'll never remember that you lost. And that is the sweetness of life. Need I say more? This is Top TV, Fact Checked. My name is Abel Nicanor Omasete.